So I'll just start by asking, can you talk a little bit about what the problem is here?
Okay, yes, ma'am. So, with our gooey well down, which is the well behind Coleman's, we've been having to run everything off of the Marshall tanks on Marshall Street, and it's only a 25,000 gallon tank supplying the whole city. And what's happening is in the evening times that tank is starting to get very low. So I'm having to turn those pumps off that send the water from the tank to the system to give that tank a chance to fill back up. Not only for the community to have water the next day during the day, but also just in case we were to have a major fire of some kind around here, that our firefighters would have a way to fight these fires. So that's what's been going on, is that tank has been getting low on us with the whole city running off of one well.
And what have you guys been doing to kind of aid that issue?
Well, we've been having to babysit these wells, me and my helper, and we've been having to spend all day going back and forth and making sure that those electrical boxes aren't being overloaded and tripping breakers, and making sure that that tank level is staying where it's supposed to be. But other than that, that's really all we can do until that new pump arrives for the well that's broke down.
And what is needed to fix this issue so this doesn't happen again?
Well, for one, we need that new pump that we're waiting on, but also we need to try and get another well drilled, or maybe get another tank somewhere where we can have more storage for water in case a well does break down in the future, that we've got extra water to give to the people until that well is back online. So that's what we're working on getting. It's what we're trying to do with state help and things like that.
And I know we mentioned this earlier, it's important for the community that the water is here.
Yes, ma'am. It is. I mean, it's one of the basic necessities that we have as citizens. You know, we have to have this water. So we're doing everything we can to make the necessary arrangements to make sure these plans are in place for the future in case something like this happens again.
And then what can people do on their ends in the meantime?
Well, you know, the main thing is just conserving as much water as you can. You know, maybe don't water your flowers one day, or maybe don't do the extra things that you do. Just, take your baths and drink your water, and just conserve water as much as you can is the main thing.
And you're saying that this is a temporary solution once the pump comes in?
Yes, ma'am. Once the pump comes in, we'll be able to have everything running back wide open, and everybody will have water, and none of this will be an issue anymore. But we're also working to make sure that we have more plans in place in case it does happen again in the future, that we don't experience a drought of water like this.
And what do those plans look like?
Well, that's part of reaching out to the state and trying to get some state funding to help with these things, because they do cost money, and that's something that we're struggling with right now. So that's why we're seeking outside help with these funds to try and get some of these things going.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so